In C#, we deal with two types, namely value types, also known as simple types, and reference types. It is essential to understand what these types really are, how to use them, and what the differences between them are. In this episode, I will explain this topic to you, as understanding how value types and reference types work is very important, and you must know it if you want to become a .NET developer. Hello, this is Kazimierz Spin. Welcome to the Code with Kazik channel, where I demonstrate how to effectively learn programming and become a successful programmer. A value type is an element that extends the value type system, including types such as int, long, decimal, double, bool, etc. These types have a specifically defined size in memory, and declaring a variable immediately allocates a specific amount of memory for it, with these values being stored on the stack. For example, let's consider var min number factorial 10 and max number factorial 20. Next, we assign min number factorial max number and change the value of max number to say 21. Now, let's display the value of min number and think for a moment about what value will be shown. We have min number assigned to 10 and max number assigned to 20. Then we assign min number to max number and max number to 21. At this point, the console should display the number 20. Let's see if that's indeed the case, and indeed the expected value of 20 for our variable min number was displayed. So, by assigning the value of max number to min number, we actually copied what was on the stack, which is the value. Therefore, when the value of max number was changed in the next step, min number remained unchanged. A bit differently, such an operation looks when we work with reference types. Reference types are elements that inherit from the system, object class and system.string, mainly classes, lists, arrays, or strings. In this case, the reference to memory is placed on the stack, but the area of memory to which the reference points is located on the heap. This means that its memory size is not determined at declaration. It is merely a pointer to a specific location, and they are removed from memory using the garbage collector. Let's consider again the example of copying values, this time in the case of reference types. I previously prepared a class called employee, which contains only one property, first name, so let's create two new objects of this class. Let's call it var employee1, where we set first name to, let's say, the value 1 as a string. Next, employee2, and here the value will be 2. Then, similarly to this case, we will assign to employee1 the reference employee2, like this. Next, we will change the value of the property first name to 3 for employee2, which means for our second object here, just like we did in this instance, but this time we are working with reference types. Finally, we will display the value of first name from employee1. So to start, we create the object employee1, then employee2, and each of these objects has the appropriate value set for the property first name. Next, we assign employee2 to employee1 and change the value of the property first name, but for employee2, then we display first name from employee1. Now, let's run the application and see what the result will be. Note that in this case, the result here is 3. As you can see, with reference types, when assigned, the reference to the object was copied, and both objects now point to the same reference, meaning they point to the same location in memory. Therefore, if we change the value of first name for the second employee here, it also changes the value for the first employee, because they now point to the same location in memory. So, just like that, if you were to display a 2 here, the result would obviously be the same, meaning it would also be 3 because it's essentially the same reference. As for default values, in the case of reference types, it's null, while for value types, it's 0 for numbers and false for booleans. Value types can also contain nulls, but only if they are created as what's called a nullable type. This means if you write int number, tsharp null, you'll get an error because int cannot be null. However, if you create int as a nullable type, then you can assign null to that variable. You just need to add a question mark, and then it becomes a nullable type. You can also create a nullable type for booleans, decimals, doubles, longs, and other value types. This is what a value type and reference type looks like, using C# as an example. You can try to create a few additional examples related to the use of these types to reinforce your understanding. As I mentioned earlier, this will be crucial for your further programming studies. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this film, be sure to join my community, where you'll also have access to exclusive additional materials and, most importantly, fantastic special bonuses. The registration link is located in the description box below the video. See you in the next episode.